Like with that Chris Rock shit, I would have gotten him from karate stance. Way it off. Oh, I didn't know what you was coming up here for. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have just put my hands behind my back and let him slap me.
because I thought he was going to go up there and be like, he's doing the crane kick from the Karate Kid.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. Yeah. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, listen to a Pocket Party. Pocket Party. Darren.
And we're back, everybody. This is Darren Carter, the party starter, host of the Pocket Party podcast. This is an exciting episode, something I've wanted to do for a long time, and it felt so good to do it. Sort of like man on the street, roaming reporter. I hung out at the Comedy Store on a Monday night in the parking lot before my set and a little after the set, and talked to various comedians. And it just felt really good to be among the community again, even though we've seen each other on, Saturday night, or I perform there on other nights, Thursday nights. But Monday it's been famous for they call it potluck night. And that's where anybody in the world that wants to be a comedian can sign up and do what they call potluck. And I think now you can go to their Instagram and see the rules, but basically you apply by sending an email, and you can get on earlier in the night, and then they have friends and family. That's the next tier, and that's people that they perform there, but maybe they're not a paid regular. And then you have what I am, and that's a paid regular. And so that's where you'll see George Wallace pop in. He was there. Leslie Jones. You'll see comics who been doing it for a long time. They're really good. They're top of the game. Not to say that the comedians that get on earlier aren't good. It's just that's just the way it goes. That's just the flow of the show. And man, it felt really good to get back there. And I thought, let's do something. I love doing this podcast. I love having my regular friends on, having interviewing people I've never met before or talked to. I love doing that. But I also love this, like the taking you guys with me. I call it sort of a party on the go vibe. And it was really cool. It was really cool to go back there and do that. Now, let's do some dates out the gates. This is cool. If you guys want to support and help out, and you know anybody in these areas, even if you're not there, buy a ticket, show your love. It's called Pocket Party, and I'm going to use this phrase from a promoter I just learned. Bless the pockets. He goes, I'm going to bless you. I go, how much does it pay? And he goes, don't worry, we're going to bless the pockets. So yes, bless the pockets. Here we go. If you're in the Burbank area, June 24th, Friday, June 24th, we will be performing at Flappers, and I'm going to have on Mike Black and John DiResta on the show. So get your tickets. Go to Flappers and get those tickets. June 24th, Burbank, California, Flappers. San Antonio area. Now this is where I really, 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 really need you guys, because it's been a while since I've been there, and I've never been to New Braunfels, Texas? So that's July 28th, New Braunfels, Texas. And it's also known as Canyon Lake. I'm going to be at, I think it's called... Goofy's. I'll be at Goofy's July 28th, New Braunfels, Texas. July 29th, 30th. I'll be in San Antonio at Upstage, San Antonio, July 29th and 30th. And August 17th, 18th, I'll be at Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples, Florida. So come out to Naples. If you're in San Antonio, New Braunfels, I really need you guys there. It's my first time at both those places. And if you're in Southern California, please come out. June 24th. It's a smaller, the room that we're in is a smaller venue, so I'm hoping to sell out, and I think it will sell out. Basically, it's limited, so get your tickets now, and because I want you to come in there, I want you to be able to get into the show. And what else can you guys do? I haven't asked for this for a long time, and this helps move us up on the Apple podcast. Most people listen to podcasts, according to the research, either through Apple, iTunes, or Spotify and Stitcher. But if you could, please leave a review wherever you listen to the podcast. It totally helps. I'm going to read the reviews from Apple because that's the most popular one. And I'll pick 3. So if you want to be in there, Actually, at this level, I'm going to read all the reviews. So everyone that's hearing this, leave a review, and I will read your review on a future episode. So let's start with, right now, we'll do one from ArtsGirl56. By the way, you could plug your social media. You could plug your business anywhere in the review. I don't care. I'll read it. I'll give you guys a plug because you're helping me out, and I'm helping you out. Here we go. ArtsGirl56 says, great podcast. Darren is, of course, a comedian and pretty funny, but he also takes a good approach with his guests. He sort of lets the guests be the star, and he sits back and listens. He interjects his humor along the way, but more importantly, he asks good questions and listens. I think that's important. That was very, very nice. That's why I read it. All right. Shout out to Scissorhands CPS. Hello, this is Cindy from Michigan. This is a very well put together podcast. I love the guests, info, stories, and laughs. Keep bringing the pocket party, Darren. Oh, that's so cool. I like that. Thank you. And let's grab another one, just a random one. Hey, I love the podcast. Can't wait for more. Awesome stuff. I drive for Lyft, and episode 176 really hit home. Good stuff. From Curtis Newhingham at Instagram. Thank you, Curtis. Appreciate you. I read an earlier one today that was pretty funny. They were like, he even got me to do push-ups. Because, we do those daily push-ups and sit-ups. Anyways, you guys, it's a great episode. Let's get into it. And thank you if it's your first time listening, thank you. If you've listened before, thanks for coming back. And if you're watching this or listening to this on YouTube, leave a comment below. It helps that algorithm. And if you want to bless the pockets, I'm on Venmo. Everything helps, everything helps. Buy a cup of coffee. It helps me buy coffee for the guests. It just keeps me motivated. And I love pumping out the podcast. I love hearing the feedback. But I also love when I get the occasional tip, the occasional tip. It definitely helps. All right, so Venmo, it's at Darren Carter Comic on Venmo. Cash App, it's $ Darren Carter Comic. I'm on, and if you want to do PayPal, I know some of my Canadian friends and fans and listeners are up in Canada and other countries. They don't have Venmo or they don't have Cash App. Go to DarrenCarter.com and hit that PayPal button on DarrenCarter.com. All right, guys, love you. Let's get into it. Don't hurt nobody. Now let's start that party in your ear hole.
Pocket party.
All right, we are recording right now. Hey, I'm in the parking lot here at the Comedy Store, and I just wanted to get a vibe, talking to different comics. And I saw my buddy Kareem Matthews. What's happening, Kareem?
Yeah. What's up, Darren?
Dude, first of all, you were one of the comics that I would in friends. I would say that I've known for a long time. And during the pandemic, I'd call you. I'd be like, hey, what's on your mind? And either I was on my bicycle or you were on your bicycle, and we were just getting our fitness in.
Yes, there was a lot of exercising going on during COVID. I wish we could bring that back, man. I haven't been as physically active since since COVID went away, yo.
I know. I think some people gain like they say the COVID-15 or the COVID-20. Other people got more in shape. I think I personally feel like I probably got a little bit more in shape.
No, I did too. I feel like I've picked up weight since things have opened back up. You know what I mean? Because I haven't been working out as much. I've been going out here. I'm out here tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're out here tonight, and then there's more things open where you can eat late at night, and those kind of temptations. And back then there was nothing really to do, so I was like, well, I'll just go for a 5-hour exercise journey.
No, totally. I just ride my bike as far as I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore, yo.
That's hilarious, man. But yeah, but I gotta be honest. This is it feels good to be back here. This is where I want to paint a picture for the listeners. It feels great, right? It feels great, dude. It's
comics are hanging out. The patio's open again. There's shows in every room. It's the store again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Monday night, and
I've seen 2 masks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Where it's just and if they want to wear one, that's cool. It's
no, that's what I'm saying. It's whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Look at that girl right there. She has a mask on. No one's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's because I was,
I told people, I'm going to continue to wear my mask in the bank. Like that's one privilege from
serious?
COVID I'm not giving back.
Dude, I would not.
As a black man.
What was that? What's it like walking into a bank with a mask
great.
on? Really? Dude,
After all these years.
really? And no one looks at you funny?
I'm going to continue to do that.
Oh, man. Are you the last?
future.
You'll be like the last guy standing with the mask on until you get arrested.
Can I get some 20s? Fill my back up with some 20s.
Oh, my
please.
gosh. I would not want to wear a mask in a bank, but it's so weird. I haven't even been in a bank in like years.
I started going in again. I mean, again, shit is back open now. Like, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. When COVID first hit, I was like, oh, so they want us to go into the bank with a mask on?
Yeah.
But they started letting that be the thing. You know what I mean? Like, it was. I would really walk into the bank with a mask and it would be no big deal. Like, how great does this feel?
How did it feel?
They want me to give that back? Hell no.
Are we going up?
How did it feel the first time? How did it? Wait, what'd you say?
Going up or what?
Yeah, we're going up, man.
Do you go up on stage?
No, I'll be up in like in about like the 10th one.
Hill though.
Wait, up the hill? No, I'm not going up the hill. I'm not going up the hill right now. So I'm in the parking lot.
sad.
Hey, thank you, but let's tell the people I'm doing a little podcast right here. Tell people your name.
I'm Darren Carter. Oh no, sorry, you're the party
I
starter.
said I'm Darren Carter, the party starter.
Yes, I'm Luke.
Luke, tell us your last name
Schwartz.
and where can we find you?
Every day.
I love it, man, because you were the only guy and I love this phrase. You'd be like, "Shalom, honeycomb."
Yes, Shalom Honeycomb. So funny. I'm Jewish pretty much, and chosen as hell. And so it's nice to say like Shalom Honeycomb, and it's like so
It's
funny.
super catchy. I say it to my son. My son says it now. It's like Shalom,
well,
honeycomb.
your son's Armenian, right?
Yeah, he's half Armenian and half amazing. Heyo.
I will say, some of the best comedy I've ever seen. If you've ever seen Chris Rock like at the Apollo,
Yeah.
you've seen Darren Carter in front of an Armenian crowd.
Oh yeah. Oh, you saw me at the Armenian show.
I've seen you at a bunch of Armenian shows
dude,
at the
thank
Comedy
you.
Store,
Yeah.
and you are maybe the funniest guy who's ever been in front of them.
Oh, thank you.
Like, you know all the verbs and the
Yep,
words,
yep.
and you know how to do the thing, but then also your other stuff works too when you get them.
Thank you.
And I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Thank
and my
you.
name's Luke Schwartz.
Luke Schwartz. Shalom, honeycomb.
Shalom Honeycomb. If you follow the Comedy Store Doorcast.
Oh yeah, because you guys are like the guys that work the door also do a podcast.
Yeah.
Called the Doorcast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. If you can find us, and if you don't even listen and just subscribe to it, it's just as good.
Thank you, buddy.
Yes.
Thank you.
PvP.
Yeah, Pocket Party Podcast, and we're back. No, Kareem, get back. I know. So, what were you? So, what was it like when the first time you walked into a bank with the mask on? What were you thinking when you walked from the
exhilarating.
from the car to the front door? Were you a little nervous?
Not at all. They told us to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Who told you?
The government. I'd have been like, hey, wait a minute, man. It's a mandate. Why the fuck am I going to jail?
Oh, dude. Hey, there's something I wanted to ask you about. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
So we were talking a little bit before about the guy jumping on stage, the Hollywood Bowl, Dave Chappelle.
that shit was crazy.
I know. Has it ever happened to you, or have you ever seen it happen?
It has never happened to me, but in the early days, man, when I first started doing comedy, I saw a dude do something similar like that at Maverick Flats. I don't know if you remember Maverick Flats used to be on Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Anthony Brown used to host it.
Yeah.
It used to be one of the, tougher ghetto rooms in LA, you know what I mean? And I seen a dude there one time walk up on stage and grab the mic from the comedian and then started trying to talk shit about the audience members.
Wow.
Then J. Anthony Brown came over and took the mic back and kind of restored order. But I remember I had been doing comedy probably less than a year at that point. And I just remember being like, yo, if that's how it is,
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to do comedy in LA because I was still doing comedy in San Diego at the time.
Yeah. See, when I met you, it was at the Comedy Store La Jolla.
Right,
And that was
yeah.
very welcoming. And it was like
Right.
a warm hug every night.
Totally.
Or even when you don't do well, the crowd just is like, they just don't really
never,
laugh.
Right. You never would think of something like that happening. But
Yeah.
from that moment on, I always thought to myself, like, what would I do if someone, came on stage? And that's why I always have the mic stand and the stool. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
those are our weapons. Because that's the thing, like with Will Smith and Chris Rock, if I ever see someone approaching the stage like that, I'm taking a defensive posture. I'm not thinking they're coming up. once you cross that threshold, like it's
Yeah.
like when someone breaks into your house. If some
Yeah.
stranger comes into your front door,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be like, "Hey, what are you in here for?"
Because sometimes they
You're
come
gonna
up.
defend-
I've seen even with. I just saw a clip today of Frank Sinatra when he was in Brazil. A fan jumped up on stage to give him like a hug and maybe kiss his cheek.
Nah,
Yeah, and then of course the security pulled him off,
Right.
and even Frank like pushed him off and didn't even
Right.
acknowledge it. He was like, "Thank you very much, thank you," because you're right.
Yeah.
It's like,
and that's the thing. You can't think, oh, they're coming up here to give me a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
And especially nowadays, I mean, that was back in Sinatra.
Yeah.
In this day and age, you got to think at least I'm thinking, whenever someone is approaching the stage, they're not coming up there for niceties.
yeah.
I'm gonna defend myself first, and then ask them questions about why they were coming up there later.
I know. Imagine
not
they.
wait for them to make the first move.
Yeah.
Like with that Chris Rock shit, I would have
Yeah.
gotten a fucking karate stance.
Like, oh yeah. Like,
and
even
then
even if it, in a
then you
joking
can play
way.
it off. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know what you was coming up here for. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
wouldn't have just put my hands behind my back and let him
Yeah,
slap
because I
me.
thought he was going to go up there and be like, he's doing the crane kick from the Karate Kid. Oh, he just kicked me, you guys. No. Yeah,
Right.
'cause
See?
I thought he was going to be like why I yada, and that's why it was so shocking when he did it. you know?
Yeah, nah. That's the thing. Like you all, to me, once someone is approaching the stage, I'm taking a defensive posture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, what are they coming for?
Yeah. Also, you know what? Both you and I are wearing like athletic shoes. You know what I mean? We could. You know what I mean? We're not wearing like
Kick somebody.
slippery Sunday shoes that you'd wear at Sunday school. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but even still, I'm putting
Yeah.
this slippery shoe in your ass.
it's gonna slip right up that ass.
Exactly, yo.
Wow. Oh, that's hilarious, man. Well, Kareem, I think we'll leave it at that. And,
Yeah, man,
and I'm
that's a good dismount.
I'm gonna roam around and see what else is going on.
Thanks, Darren.
You're
I
right.
appreciate it.
You got it. That was awesome.
Good to go.
Standing in the parking lot comedy store with Josh Potter. Hi, Josh.
What's up, dude? Darren Carter, party starter. What's up?
I got to tell you, man, I heard you on a podcast talking about before you did comedy, you did radio, or maybe you did it at the same time.
It did overlap for quite a bit of time, but I started in radio about what would have been 6 years prior before I started doing comedy.
What years did you do radio?
From 2002 until 2017.
Wow. 2002, 2017. So when I did radio, it was, dude, you're going to get a kick out of this. It was 1989.
No shit.
Yeah,
that's the heyday. I mean,
Yeah,
hell, that's
Yeah.
when it was happening, dude.
Yeah.
I wish I could take a time machine and go back to that time and do radio. I would have crushed it.
Well, I did it from like 88 to about 90, I would say. But I was mostly doing, it was in California. It was in Fresno, California. And I don't know about you guys, but where I started, it was mostly doing board operation, like board op. And
That's
then-
how my first show, or the first job I had in radio, was board opping a techno show from like
Oh, wow.
midnight to 2 a.m. And then this is what's so weird about my life is that I board op Loveline for a lot of years because they were syndicated.
cool.
They were syndicated across the country, and I would just have to basically just push one lever up, one lever down, and pipe into the satellite. And then like when I started working with Tom Segura here in LA, I was producing Dr. Drew After Dark. So it was like I worked with him
Nice.
directly.
Wow.
And now I've become friends with Dr. Drew. He's helped me with my surgery that I recently had. It was great. Like, it's just crazy the full circleness of it, because I was like 17 board opping Loveline, back in the day, and now here. That was when Adam was still on it and everything.
It's
too,
so cool. It's so funny. That's how we're in different time eras, because you were doing board op for you said like a techno music.
It was like a house music, techno music, whatever, like dance, like
Yeah.
that kind of shit. Like in 2003, 2004.
So I was board operating for an overnight show. It was Larry King. I was Larry King and also Paul Harvey.
Wow,
Like
Paul
those
Harvey's
shows.
the man, dude. Paul Harvey,
It was
he
great.
did and that's the rest of the story. Yes,
And
no, Paul Harvey was
page
on.
2. It was great.
Oh,
and then
that's
on
great.
Saturday mornings, I was board operating. They would give us these records. So I literally was playing records, and then there'd be a commercial break, and that's when you'd play the commercials.
But you had to change the records over and put the carts in and everything.
Yeah,
Like, that's the board hopping that took skill. Now it's all like satellite. Like I was at the tail end of that, and then they got rid of that, and then it was all just like skadunk, like up and down. That was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I think I did board operate on Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings for like America in Top 40. So it'd be like, I'm Casey Kasem. A lot of that.
Yeah.
It was Shadow Stevens. A lot of those guys.
The syndicated shows.
Yeah. It was great. And then eventually, I got to be on the air. And that was pretty cool, like in small doses, like the overnight shifts, like midnight to 6 a.m., where basically nobody wanted, come on, the real DJs
but it was
are like...
crazy people were calling in still, I'm sure, especially in the 80s.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine, like, my first shift ever was like, I was a sophomore in high school or like a junior in high school, I can't remember, but I did the like Thanksgiving Eve, the biggest party night of the year, and it was midnight to 6 a.m. that night. That was my first ever air shift.
Did people call in back then?
Oh, drunk people were calling in all the time. It was the best, and I felt like a fucking rock star. You know what I'm saying? Like people were calling in, listening to me talk and shit, and like me and my buddy used to do bits. And
so cool.
my fucking program director would be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm doing bits," Like,
dude, I did that too. I got in trouble because I got
in trouble at first, but then he put me on the morning show.
See,
so like he goes,
great.
"You write these bits for the morning show, guys."
See, I thought
that was what I did. Yeah.
I thought that's what was going to happen to me. I was like, they'll know that I'm funny. And then cause I remember I would purposely play Michael Jackson just so I could do my Michael Jackson impression.
Sure.
I'd be like, B95 Fresno's Killer Bee. Whenever I'm driving through Fresno, I listen to Darren Carter. And I remember like the program director was like, this is a music station, not a comedy station. I was like, dang it,
See, we were a rock station, but like the morning show was 4 hours of talk. It was like a local Opie and Anthony or like Stern or whatever else. So I'm thankful. It's so weird. I'm going to Indianapolis on Thursday to do a show, and the program director that hired me is working on a station in Indianapolis. He's going to come hang out. I haven't seen him in years.
Wow.
But he's the one that like gave me that job and then like saw something in me to like put me on the morning show. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Have you ever done the Bob and Tom radio show?
Never did it. I know of them quite well. Never was a comic while they were having comics in and stuff like that. Like I haven't done since I've been headlining, which hasn't been very long, just before pandemic and after.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to do much morning radio, and I'm one of the comics that actually would enjoy that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I want to go in and mix it up with the fucking guys, But
I used to love doing radio, but then there was a time I thought I love doing radio because some guys would be burnt out. But actually, I got to tell you, I did get a little bit burnt out only because I felt like it was.
I got burned out. I'll say that. Like after 15 years and just daily and like also doing like, because when I was doing it, obviously things started to get like condensed and like, what's the word? Like they started cutting off jobs. I started taking on so many jobs that it got to be to the point where like I was so burnt out, even to the point where I feel like I'm still recovering from it to a degree.
I felt like there became a point when I would do the road and I'd do radio and I'm thinking, is this doing anything? Is anybody listening? Because there's so many other options now. Like,
sure.
And that's
every little bit counts. It's not even about that. It's like, what if those guys are the biggest thing in that town? You don't know. I don't know either. And I know for a fact, like the show that I worked on, they were the biggest thing in the town, and comics would come on and do it. And even like Bob Kelly and Rich Voss, they went on and just did that show that I used to work on the other day. You know what I mean? Just because they knew it would help them maybe sell some tickets that they didn't sell yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's cool. It keeps you on your toes and it gives you, it's fun and it feels good when you do radio and they set you up and, all that good stuff.
It's just, it could be like podcasting is, if the hosts are down to do that kind of thing.
Yeah. And so you're here at the Comedy Store. What's it feel like to be back on a Monday night, potluck night? Is this your first night here on a Monday, or have you been coming back?
I've been back on potluck nights or Monday nights, I guess, like since pandemic. This is my first time doing the potluck since it's come back, and it was awesome. I had a great time. And I usually come hang out on Tuesdays, but I signed up like everybody else and did it, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up later, man. This is my first time being here since I think how long have they been doing here? Like three weeks maybe on a Monday.
Since what, potluck? Mm-hmm. I guess so. Yeah, I guess it's just started.
Yeah, so it's still kind of new, and I'm like, this feels good. This feels like pre-pandemic,
Yeah, it feels back. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's busy. People are laughing. There's a lot of comics. But Josh, thanks, man. Anything else you want to say before we let you get back to the party?
No, man. I love you, dude. You've been. I've seen you at Flappers a million times. I love seeing you.
Thank you.
And, it's a great great to have you here in the Comedy Store. So,
Dude, oh man, thank you, buddy, and I'll catch you later. All right, man. That was Josh Potter. We're shaking hands. Thanks, man. I'll catch you. Next time we'll do a longer one. That was just a lot of fun. Thank you. Behind the Comedy Store with comedian Jeff Zenisek. Did I get it right, Zenisek?
Yes, you nailed it. Crushed it. And you didn't ask me how to pronounce it right before you said it.
Exactly. I was like, from what I recall, he's like, from literally 3 seconds ago.
Your memory is amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I see you and your buddy, you guys are crushing it online. You're doing TikToks, you're doing the whole thing, man. Like, random question, how tall are you?
I'm 6'7".
6'7", because I found myself looking up to you more. I'm like, what the hell?
I'll spread my stance a little wider.
Now he's 6'5". Yeah.
Just
That's
a normal height now.
So I'm excited because I haven't been back to the Comedy Store on a Monday since, pre-pandemic. So
this is the first time I've been here since probably 2019.
I was going to ask you, what are your thoughts right now on a Monday night?
This was amazing. It was so fun. It was like, why didn't I come here? Why did I wait so long to come back? This is crazy.
I think the potluck has only been going on for 3 weeks, but I think this is like a sweet spot now. It's not too crazy. Like before pre-pandemic, it would be almost too crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like no parking, nowhere to stand, nowhere to get quiet. Now it's just like the perfect amount. The shows are packed, but the hallways are full, but not like uncomfortable.
Yeah, and what sucked before was you had to be here to sign up. So you would go here, you would spend money parking, then you would like wait for hours, and then you'd be like then you'd buy drinks, then you'd just be here all night.
Yeah.
Then it's like fucking 4 a.m. and I'm like, what am I doing?
And how much time did you get? 3?
I did 3 minutes.
3 minutes. And tonight did you go on and do 3?
Yeah, I did 3. I literally went first on the potluck.
Oh, that's great.
First
so the crowd was all
potluck too.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so the crowd was all excited and pumped, and like they were like not burnt out and tired yet.
Yeah.
Or they were.
I would say I wouldn't say they started excited and pumped. I think they kind of started reluctant.
Yeah.
And like, who the fuck are you?
Oh yeah.
But they were cool, and I feel like I got them eventually.
Yeah, it's funny the vibe that goes on, and Comedy and Magic Club is opening again.
Oh really?
Yeah, Hermosa Beach.
Wow.
Yeah, because I know I've worked with you. I've worked with you there before, and so I'm excited that's opening up again.
Oh, that rules.
Yeah, they're doing Friday, Saturday, Sundays. 3. They're going to start out slowly like that, but I think they're looking for like kitchen staff and stuff. So,
I'll fucking bring some oven mitts, dude. Get me back in there. Come on.
I know, dude. That's like, oh man. I know. Oh, I know. We'll do like a quick round of your vibe of different comedy clubs in LA. Comedy Store. If you could give it your synopsis of Comedy Store. What do you think when you think Comedy Store?
That's the premier LA, the mecca of LA comedy.
Hollywood Improv.
Hip, but also like kind of an important comedy club. But it's like the hip comedy club.
Yeah.
Right.
Hollywood Laugh Factory.
That's like the pop top 40 of like mainstream comedy. Touristy, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably. I would say more tourists go there, probably.
Yeah.
What would you?
I don't know. There's a lot of tourists here at the store.
How accurate are my descriptions?
I don't know.
Are you like what the? Because you're making like a.
Well, no, because the Comedy Store sometimes, like the other night, I was hearing people were from Sweden, Australia, Germany, like Canada. What is your Ice House Comedy? I'm sorry, Ice House Comedy Club.
Pasadena.
Yeah, that means far.
Yeah.
And it's not that far, but it's like, yeah, for sure.
Where is that? If you asked where is that, that's what we say here also.
Yes, because you're like, if you I remember trying to get like some representation. Come see me, I'll be headlining the Ice House. They're like, anywhere closer? And I'm like, dude, it's only 12 miles from Burbank. But sometimes it can seem really far.
Yeah, and if you're not in LA and you think 12 miles isn't that far, I dated a girl when I first moved to LA who lived 8 miles away from me, and we broke up because of long distance.
Which is probably hilarious if you're listening and you're in Kansas. You're like, dude, 8 miles, I walk that,
Yeah.
But where did you live and where did she live? What town?
I lived in West Hollywood. and she lived downtown.
Oh yeah, dude, that's like, oh my god, stoplight after stoplight after stoplight after.
Everyone that lives here is like, oh yeah, that's talking.
Oh yeah, I get it. I mean, it was like, and what part of town do you live in now?
I live in Toluca Lake.
Oh no way, dude! I live in Burbank.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. We're neighbors, bro.
We're neighbors. I'll see you out there. You're all tall. Hey, there he is. There's Jeff. He stands out in the crowd. You actually do stand out in the crowd, right? Because of your height.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Human periscope.
What about that one dude that escaped prison and he's 6'9"?
Oh,
you know about that guy?
With the
prison guard.
Yeah, the prison guard.
He's
but
like 2 inches taller than you.
Guard?
Well, I think she killed herself. I don't know. You probably.
Sure she did. Yeah. We'll see what happened there, but yeah.
See, I just read like
story.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Like I just read headlines. I don't know. I just tell what I just
convicted felon that has escaped from prison is like, you guys aren't going to believe this. But the craziest thing happened.
I know, so sad, right? She had like one day to go for retirement and stuff, but I just was thinking about that. Like he's tall, he's taller than you, so you'd like, you know.
Yeah, and he's also been in prison, which makes him even more intimidating.
Yeah, exactly. I know, exactly.
I play tennis, which is not that intimidating. So.
Oh, have you ever thought about this? I asked another comic about this, about the, what happened with Chris Rock and Will Smith and then Dave Chappelle. Has anybody ever attempted to rush the stage, or have you ever seen it happen?
Let me tell you right now, if you see me performing and you try to rush me, come get some, bitch. I will bring the heat.
You've been preparing, right?
No, not really, and that's just a bluff. Please don't attack me.
I know, because what if it's another tall dude?
I know, yeah. If you are a wuss and like maybe, can't fight, then bring it.
Yeah,
but
bring it, bro.
If you're like an MMA fighter and you want to challenge like a tall guy, don't do it. I'm a wiener.
He's like, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, and I'm going to prove it. But meanwhile, he hits you and it doesn't really work. But you know what? I got to tell you something. I was at the boxing gym, and lately I've only been going like once a week. But I was like practicing on the bag, right? I was in my head thinking like, oh, I'm punching this bag. What if someone attacked me on stage? What would I do? And I felt like I was doing okay. Like I was punching the bag and I was moving out of the way for the, you know what I mean? And then there's one guy that's been training me. His brother, by the way, is fighting for the title, and they're from Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Shout out to Johnny Beck. And he goes, Darren, let's go. He goes, I want to. We're just like he wanted to do some light sparring, no headgear, just the body. Mm-hmm. Dude, it was nothing like when I was hitting the bag. Like I instantly got like winded. I did okay the first round. Okay for me, I should say.
And also, you're sparring with that guy, right?
Yeah, but like
he's like
lightly.
Trying to hit you. The bag doesn't.
Exactly.
Hit you.
And he's screwing around with me like I was a little kid. He's and I did okay the first round, and then the second round I was just like gassed, dude. I was like out of breath, and then I go, that's it. And he goes, no, one more round. And I was like, no way. And I actually quoted some movie where I go, a man has to know his limitations, But I mean, I guess I would be okay and if I could defend myself for 30 seconds until security guards broke it up.
You just need the time to break it up until security guards come, which at most comedy clubs is like the rest of the show.
Exactly. We didn't know. We thought it was funny. We thought you were having fun. I don't even know. I shouldn't even put that out there. Like, I don't. It's so unexpected too, because you're in comedy mode. You're not in sparring, fighting mode. It's weird, but
hey, speak for yourself. That's the kind of comedy I do. My comedy is fighting comedy.
Oh gosh.
I come out there. No, it's not. I'm just.
Dude, I want everyone to like me. That's my comedy. But do you when a heckler heckles you, how do you handle it? Not that you ever get heckled, but if it happens.
I do get heckled. It happens for sure. A lot of times it's like supportive heckle, so it's like.
Oh yeah, me too.
So it's always like we're having a good time. It's very very rarely is it like a negative. Shitty
and if it's
heckle.
Negative, I usually just judo it and make it like positive. Like that's right. I agree with them. I'll be like, yep.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations where as opposed to rushing the stage, I will go into the audience.
Damn.
I'll come get you, dude. If you bring that shit at me, I'm coming at you.
I've learned never leave the stage, because I knew Brian Holtzman left the stage and Martin Lawrence, his bodyguard, like shoved him or something back in the 90s. I was here when that happened.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Brian was like, I learned, it's safe when you're on stage. Don't get off the stage, because then you're crossing the line and now you're just some asshole with the microphone, But
yeah, that's wild.
Hey, plug yourself. Do you have a podcast? Where can people find you? Your Instagram, your YouTube?
Yeah, check me out on, I have a podcast called Two Woke Boys, that's TOO, and then Woke Boys, and then...
you guys actually make fun of the woke stuff, which is, I think you have to, thank you,
It's a satirically woke show.
I don't want people to be like, I'm woke. No, if you're...
if you're woke, you definitely do not listen to it. You get very mad.
Yeah.
So we have that podcast. It's available on all platforms, and we just started doing video on YouTube and
good.
Facebook and all that stuff.
Good.
And then we have then follow my page, Jeff Zenisek. And so good luck with spelling that. I think if you type in Jeff Z-E-N, like yoga.
Oh, like Zen.
Yeah. Then it should come up.
Great.
So yeah.
Thank you, man. Thanks for spending a little bit of your time today, man. I'll let you get back to the party.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Bam, we're fist bumping.
That was great, man. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you. So now I have to
Advice you got there.
Frank just got off stage, and then you've been off stage for about 15 minutes. You were hosting tonight.
Yeah. Wait, how does this work? Do we like hold hands or no? I'm just yeah, I was hosting potluck tonight, the late half. So after the potluck, the potluck is the whole night. That's what it's called. The open mic goes from 7 till about 8 o'clock. Then from 8 until 9:30 is the friends and family and employees. And then from 9:30 till about, I guess, what is it right now? Midnight?
Yeah.
Midnight. It's paid regulars. So I hosted for about what? 9, 10:30, 11:30. About 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. And how long are people's sets when you're hosting?
Like 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. So that's kind of good. That way you got time to like bring them up and then use the restroom, grab a drink.
Yeah.
You're like, because when I used to host here back in the day on Potluck, back when Mitzi was around, and dude, I had to do like some of those 3-minute spots, and so it's like our next comedian, and then 3 minutes, and then our next comedian, and it just, man, you're just running around, and then people are getting mad at you, like you didn't put me on. I'm like, I have nothing to do with it. I mean, it was weird.
Someone made a good point of this because like when I was young and I was hosting the potluck portion, because you want to get up all the employees, but you also want to get up like friends that you want to be seen by people.
Yep.
And then other people are like, I need to get up, but it's so funny is it's like it's restarting a video game. Once next Monday comes around, people forget everything that happened last Monday.
Yeah.
So any person that was like, you're a fucking asshole for not putting me up, next Monday they're just like, hey, how you doing, dog? What's good? You good? Hey, you can put me up? Like they totally forgot what happened.
Yeah. You're 100% right about that.
Yeah, and it's very interesting because you see what this matters to certain people.
Yeah, because I was really shocked. There was a comic that I knew from the Bay Area before I moved to LA, and I remember he called me on my, I said he called me on my home phone, but we didn't have cell phones back then. And he was like, Darren, he's like, you didn't put me on. I thought we were boys. And I was just like, dude, I had nothing to do with it, man. Like there's a lineup, there's a list. It's like,
there's a lot of politics go into it. The talent coordinator will walk in and be like, I need you to put up these 2 people from New York, blah, blah. And then like a huge person will come in. And then you're like, I have to bump all of these people that have been waiting fucking long. But it's also nice because it's very interesting to see. It's almost like a test of that person's ego, because I feel like a rational comic that is comfortable with themselves and knows where they're at in their career understands that it's like, yeah, sometimes this happens, whatever, like it's just another 15 minutes, another 10 minutes. But you see some people like take it so personally.
I know. I in fact, tonight I got bumped, I want to say 3 times, sort of.
3 times. You got. And it's always fun because you want to race. It's what I call the Don special, which is you want to try to get up before Don takes it, which is no disrespect to Don, but he does his Don thing.
Don Barris.
He does his Don thing, and then you're like, you're stuck for a little bit. You're
Like, first of all, I was just, I was happy to be here because I wasn't sure like how, because it used to be like you had to be here by like 9:45, and then you had to be here by 10. So now you have to be here by 9:15, I think.
9:15 is when they pull, from what I understand. Show up around 8, and then you can toss your name in the bucket.
Yeah, so I was just happy I could even go on. So
you and me both, dog.
Right, thank you. And you know, like I bring it with my energy and stuff. So but I was so happy that George Wallace was here, and he went on. he was the guy he was the first comic that bumped me, and I was like, perfect, because he's funny.
Sometimes you get bumped and you're excited
because you're like, they'll keep the crowd.
And also, like, I don't know, man, I'm still such a fan of comedy that it's like, I don't know, even if I'm selling out whatever the fuck and like someone huge bumps me, it's like, that's still like, I don't know, it's like a weird respect thing.
Right.
It's like, I love this person, I still love comedy, I want to see them do it, like I love watching George Wallace. He's so fucking funny, man.
He's so funny, and it's so cool to see a comic that talked about he said he was first on this stage, I want to say 1976.
Yeah, so I mean, when you're a fan of comedy, you're also a fan of comedy like history,
Yeah.
Leslie Jones has always been a fucking killer, even when I was a kid and starting up here.
We were on a sketch show together, by the way, back in the early 2000s. It's so funny. And then she went on to SNL, and And even though she's big and famous, and she still gives me love, and we were just kicking it right now. She asked about my son. I was like, that's so cool,
She
you
also,
know?
like, I mean, you think about all the years that she wasn't a household name. You know what I mean? She was killing in obscurity, just having to follow just so many different people and just getting no love whatsoever. And it's so funny because, like, when people talk about, like, oh, it was an overnight success, it was like, no, it all made sense when she got that audition and she smashed it because she's been smashing it. So it's just so good.
Yeah.
And so comforting to see someone so close to you get that fucking break and really smash it. And you're like, thank God there's some right in this fucking world.
I know. Okay, I've asked a lot of the comedians this question. Will Smith, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle. Has anyone ever tried to attack you on stage, or have you ever seen it happen?
Yeah, man. Multiple times. Are you kidding
way.
me? Yeah.
You've been attacked or you've seen it?
I've been attacked and I've
way.
seen it. Yeah. All right. So the first time was here at the store. It was late at night. It was
Wow.
like, I was hosting. I was hosting, and the lady was just drunk, and she was like, "Who's this guy? I can do it." And she got up on stage and tried to tell a joke.
Oh yeah.
And it was funny because the security guards kicked her out immediately, but her husband had gone to the restroom and was coming back with drinks, and he was like, "What's going on?" And she was like, "We're getting kicked out." And he was like, "What happened?" So funny. And then I was opening up for Pauly Shore, and I made a joke, and a very drunk white family was very upset at the joke that I made.
Yeah.
And the whole family got kicked out and wanted to fight me outside.
Oh,
the
no.
mom, the dad, the brother, the sibling, all of them wanted to kick my ass.
Oh, jeez. Wow. And then what else have you seen?
I've seen fistfights. I've also seen people throw up on stage, which is hysterical.
The comedian threw up?
No, I've seen
the audience?
An audience member. He was on a date with a lady. He just drank too much, and it was like 5 minutes into Bert Kreischer set. Someone fucking just yacked in the front row on the stage, and the lady just got up and left. And the guy was like, "Bruh," and it was great. Any other fight? Nothing too crazy. I've seen fights at open mics because they're all fucking degenerates. Yeah, that's about it.
I saw like a near fight here once, and luckily Sam Tripoli sort of calmed the guy down. You know, it was a guy that was angry, and Sam calmed him down. That was cool. He's like, "Bro, you don't want this. Come on, relax, bro, and take a walk."
It's Schizo.
Oh yeah, he's over there singing.
So funny. I'm so happy everything's back.
Dude, I'm happy. I miss this, and I like that it's not too chaotic. There's still, you know what I mean? You got elbow room here. It's not like it's
authentic chaos.
Yeah, authentic chaos. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. And I want to get, anything else you want to say? Where can people find you?
Find me on Instagram, Frank Castillo, and I love you, Darren. Thank you very much. You've been always been a huge supportive help for me ever since I started.
Likewise. And I remember we did a casino back in the day, and I want to say
Pechanga Resort and Casino.
Did your parents come to see us?
Yes.
Or I met your mom and dad?
Yes, I met my mom and my stepdad.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah.
And I think they'd see me on some stuff.
Yeah,
so I was like, wow, I'm at that age where, like, you know, the parents know me. Like, yeah, that's cool.
And ever since I started doing this, they've really gotten into it even more.
Yeah.
And they really
you're crushing it. And you crushed it even during pandemic.
Thanks,
I saw you like doing stuff.
Trying.
And yeah, it was like,
I'm
like
lucky.
you said, it feels good.
I got a very successful wife right now. So
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, my wife is killing it. So it affords me the ability to be here late at night on a Monday on 100 milligrams of edibles.
All right, my man. Hey, go have a good one, and thank you so much, dude. And I'll see you later. And by the way, when I was a kid, Castillo's, your last name was one of the best restaurants in Fresno.
Oh, that's good to know.
I still love going there. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it.
I thought I did text it, but maybe I didn't do it.
Standing in the parking lot with Jessica Wellington. Let's step over here.
Okay.
Tell the good folks what that noise is that they hear.
That is Schizo. He's part of the Ding Dong Show upstairs with Mr. Don Barris. He is schizophrenic and likes to sing.
He wears a cowboy hat, and he's there just entertaining himself.
Yeah, he just sings to himself, puts his ear pods in. He's got his leathers on tonight with his cowboy hat. He's feeling himself.
Wow. That's probably self-soothing, you know? Like he's
The
probably
leather?
No. No, the singing is self-soothing. The leather. Yeah. That's just, which is particularly funny to me because I got done last week. I was telling you, I was like, yeah, you know, my wife and son, we went to see Casey and the Sunshine Band and the Village People, and I was telling you about the different songs, and the one guy was like, yeah, I have a song called Hot Cop, and
you're like, this is now my theme song.
I'm a hot cop. I'm a hot cop. Yeah. Which is hilarious because every song he had like a little story about it. You know, the guy dressed like a cop. Basically, he's like not gay, he's straight, but a lot of his stuff would be like, one winter I was so cold and I wrote a letter to my mother about how warm it would be in Key West.
All of a sudden, this hot cop showed up
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and cuddled me the night, and you know we had to do it to survive.
To survive. You guys ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Hot cop. So this leather is still self-soothing. No, I meant the yeah, I know.
Maybe I was thinking maybe you got onto something, like, you know, it holds you tight. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like I'm inside a cow. Yeah. I got a question for you. So during the pandemic, some people they put on 15 pounds. They call it the COVID-15, and I thought it was amazing. You lost a lot of weight. How many pounds do you think you lost?
160 pounds.
Wow.
Like a person, probably you.
Yeah, I wish. I wish. My goal is to do 160 again. And I'm sure everyone's asked you, but if you have any advice to people that are looking to lose weight, what can you tell them?
I would start off with some good stress and anxiety. It really helps get everything moving. But for real, I found a relief in exercise I never had before.
Wow.
And
and you're in the military. I know you're in the military.
Hey guys, do you mind just following the patio around? Excuse me. Can you follow the patio? I'm sorry, not supposed to have you in the live. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just go this way.
Yeah, just go this way. Yeah.
Yeah. Just follow that around to the front.
All right, cool.
Thanks, dude.
No problem.
Cool people.
Thanks, man. Thank you. That was cool. I had my little flashlight like I was a security guard.
We do have a guy that uses that flashlight.
What does he?
Yeah, one lady refused to move, and he was like, all right. And he just kept flashing the light right there like
It works.
and she
It works.
eventually moved.
You know what? I saw that happen. Let's go this way. I got to do this really good gig one day in Washington, D.C. with some celebrities, and one of the celebrities was the guy on that 70s show. What was his name? He played Fez, I think.
Oh.
The Latino guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Wilder Valderrama or something like that?
Sure.
So so his security detail guy, his bodyguard, he knew me from Dublin's. They were these big Samoan guys that used to work at the Dublin's. I don't know if you remember Dublin's, if that was here when you were here in LA, but there was this hot club, Bubbling at Dublin's. Even Jay-Z had a song about it. Bubbling at Dublin's, Peanuts in LA. But, you know, I know, it sounds so dated. I'm like, yeah.
I'm still bubbling at Dublin's. I don't know about you.
Now it's a parking lot, but that was one of the things he did. Like whenever his celebrity was coming through the crowd, he had a flashlight and he would be like, "Move off the way," and people would just kind of get out the way.
Yeah.
They just respect the flashlight. So
it's true. They'll respect a flashlight more than me.
No, you took good authority right now because by the way, she's still sort of being a security. I don't want to take her too far away from it, but
a door guy.
So how'd you lose the weight? So stress? You're just kidding about that, but then
no. I'm not kidding. Actually, that really was. But the exercise was actually an outlet and helped. Get rid of that anxiety. I was in the Air Force, but I hated exercise then. I didn't find it wasn't an outlet for me like it is now.
Yeah. And what type of exercise did you do that really you started noticing like the weight is dropping? What exercise was it?
Usually I get on the stair stepper at Planet Fitness, and then I would get on the treadmill, but I would also do like lunges on the treadmill. I get kind of weird on the treadmill.
That's cool. Yeah.
But then now I'm starting to do more weights because I'm trying to tone and shape and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing, besides the boxing, I love going to hiking. I've been doing these crazy hikes, like going uphill like that.
Yes.
It's like, you know.
I do Fryman a lot.
See, all that stuff is just good for us, you know. And
I'm wearing these ankle weights to work.
Oh, that's great. You're wearing them. Oh, they're on right now. I thought those were like the top of your shoes. That's good. You're going all in. This is great.
So then when I get home, take these off, I feel like I'm light as a bird.
Yeah, totally. Do you Okay, that's any other dieting tips? Anything on the diet side?
I still like to eat. I love to eat.
Me too.
I love to eat.
Yeah.
But I do, for the most part, I mean, I'll indulge, but I try to make smarter decisions than I did before.
Yeah, before it's just like F it and just go,
Right.
There's this personal, you know Lee Sayette, Joey Diaz and Lee Sayette.
I've talked to him and how much weight he's lost, and he's mostly done it just by walking.
And his brother is a personal trainer who looks a lot like him, but fit. And I started following him on Twitter and stuff online. And one of the things he wrote during the pandemic was every day have one big ass salad, just a giant salad.
It cleans you out.
And I was like, you know what, that's good because it's, I've been trying to do that more. And then another thing he said was you could eat and then I don't know, it was some crazy number. Like you could have a whole watermelon and it's only 150 calories or something like that. So I try to think about let's have more watermelon. Let's do
I could eat more.
Yes,
and have less calories.
Because some of it's just me watching YouTube, thinking instead of going for the Pringles, which is I've been trying to do more cucumbers and stuff like that.
Or I'll get that Smart popcorn.
Yeah,
which
I know.
is really low in
I
calories.
like it. I usually do the kettle corn of that, but it's like. But for me, the exercise, like I said, it's the fun and I like to exercise outdoors, though, like the parks. That way, I can listen to podcasts.
Right, because the sun is your friend.
I know, right? I know. I got a lot of straw hats in my car. Yeah, I know. I love the sun. Do you wear sunscreen?
No.
You don't? I barely do. I wear it a little bit, but then I put the straw hats on and.
If I do, it's like 15. It's not
15.
good. You just 15 proof,
I know.
whatever it is.
One time I got SPF 50 and it was too. I don't know. It actually would start to run in your mouth. It tastes gross. You know, it's like too much. Any other questions? Anything I can think of?
I don't know, but we're about to close up. And
Okay.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you for interrupting.
And how long has your day been here at this Comedy Store?
I've been here since 6 today.
6. And right now it's probably
almost 1.
1 a.m. Wow, 7 hours. Well,
That's
I'm
not
glad to
bad.
see you back. And people, they can see you in Clint Eastwood movie.
The Mule.
The Mule. Yeah, you
I
play
was
one
in
of
the Mule
the.
with Clint Eastwood. I was one of the dykes on bikes.
That's right.
That's
cool.
when I was heavier too, so you can see before and after.
That's good. Well, thank you so much for stopping in.
Thank you.
And stopping in to do the podcast, and I'll let you get back to what you're doing.
And you've done Felicia and I's podcast, right?
Yeah, it's called Liars Club, right?
Yeah. You have to do it again once we get it back here.
Sounds good. Comedy Store. All right, Jessica. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it.
I've been for the last 2 years.
Well, look at you. You made it all the way through. That was cool. Thank you so much for spending a little part of your day with us. We hope we made your day a little bit more entertaining and interesting and awesome. And like I said, if you're going to be in San Antonio, I'll be in New Braunfels and also San Antonio in July. I'll be at Flappers in Burbank with Mike Black and John DeResta, June 24th. And Naples, Florida, August 17th, 18th. Go ahead and leave a review right now while you're thinking about it. Leave a review, Apple, iTunes. I'll be reading them on the air. And if you want to bless the pockets, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. All right, guys. Love you. See you next. What did I do? An air kiss? That was weird. Love you. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Mwah. Don't hurt nobody. Don't hurt nobody. Be careful.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, then listen to The Pocket Party.